In the news, President Muhammadu Buhari arrives London for medical checkup. KOGI NUJ Council urged journalists to let the ethics of the media profession take center stage in their practice. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits MORBI district in India's western state of Gujarat, where MORBI bridge collapsed. Heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua believes highly anticipated all-British showdown with Tyson Fury will happen eventually. And Lagos police confirms DAVIDO'S son, IFEANYI, dead. Domestic staff arrested. This is the MLC TV News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Joshua Adenoy. President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived London, United Kingdom, for his routine medical checkup. The President's Special Advisor on Digital Communications, Bashir Ahmad, wrote in a tweet that Buhari left Nigeria for London on Monday for his routine medical checkup and will return to the country in the second week of November. KOGI state government will spend 33 million naira to provide road and electricity to 3 communities. The projects will be executed under the Community and Social Development Project funded by the state government. According to the general manager of the agency, Dauda Momo, the projects would be flagged off by the Auditor General of the state, Yakubu Okala. He said the set of community projects are the second to be funded by the state government after the closure of World Bank funding for CSDP last year. Dauda noted that the first set of 10 community development project plans have been completed and fully in use across the state. The communities to benefit from the project are Odu Ajaruaeke, Odu Ikaka, and Harmony from Dekina and Ajakuta local government areas, respectively. The Nigeria Union of Journalists, KOGI State Chapter, has rounded up their press week with a charge to journalists to uphold the ethics of the practice, as well as recognize those who have over the years provided meaningful contributions to the development of the state and humanity. The event was a gathering of veterans, businessmen and women, politicians, and top government functionaries. Our reporter, Faith Abdul Ghaffar, tells us more.
The NUJ had 7 days-long activities to mark the annual press week, with it round up with award and suya nights. At the award and lecture with the theme, the media, politics and national development, guest speakers, the national president of NUJ, Chris Iziguzo, CEO and founder of Connected Development, Hans Lawan, charged journalists not to ignore the effort of good leaders in the state.
Election is therefore a tool for regeneration, rejuvenation, and reinvigoration of the entire democratic system. It is thus important for the dynamic interaction within the political system. The role of the journalists within the system, especially against the background of his professional responsibility, cannot be overemphasized. Apart from mediating between the contestants to political offices through fair reporting and space allocation, the journalist also influences the available choices of candidates to the voters. In essence, the journalist is highly influential in the process of the people deciding on who to vote for in the election. It is an appreciation of the foregoing that there has been a universal agreement that the journalists must be properly guided, especially in the reportage of elections. Elections, it should be noted, are not ordinary events. The primary purpose of journalism is to provide citizens with the information they need to be free and self-governing. According to John Deere, democracy must begin at home, and this home is the neighborhood community. Nigeria is a vast multicultural society. The size of the country explains its diversity and pluralism. The issue of conflicting interests is a controversial one, whereas some see it as a problem, others see it as an intrusion. But for us as media professionals, we should see it as an opportunity.
I'm going to speak truth. You're all my friends. But I have to tell you the truth, because I've seen, when I interact with some of my friends in the media practitioner, they would say for the past 6 months, they've not been paid salary. Or they want to go and cover a story of some of the emerging trends, and there are no resources for them to travel. Or when they even travel, they're not proper welfare. So today, one of the biggest threats is the financial resources. So what this means is, whoever is given brown envelope, or much more brown envelope, makes the news and controls what becomes the outcome of the news. And this is really sad. You see, we cannot say we practice democracy where we don't enjoy freedom of speech, but as journalists and as citizens. And I say as journalists because in recent time, they've been clamped down on journalists. We've seen them being harassed. We've seen journalists being intimidated, even arrested, not only across the world, but particularly in Nigeria. But I know that Kogi State is one state that media feel at home, they feel safe, and they undertake their duties because of the support they enjoy from government. I want to appeal to you to not allow Nigeria derail. Because if Nigeria prosper today, it is the journalists that would set us to that course. But the sad reality is nobody would pat you on your back or even thank you for your job. You're the fourth estate of the realm. Nobody will thank you. Probably the politicians will get all the credit. But your role is not to get credit. Your role is to provide authentic information. Give citizens knowledge so that they know their rights.
They encourage media organizations to report with fairness, objectivity, and accuracy through with their various means of dissemination of information. They commended the administration of Governor Yahaya Bello, saying he has done very well in key sectors of economy, security, and most of it all, health. Governor Bello was honored with an award. The state governor Yahaya Bello was represented by the secretary to the state government, Folashade Ayo Ade.
I'm making this presentation on behalf of KOGI Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, and is an award for infrastructure revolution in the health sector, presented to His Excellency Alhaji Yahaya Bello for his transformational efforts in that very critical sector of our national life, the health sector. Congratulations.
Izzy Guzo and Hansa commended the Kogi NUJ for recognizing the governor's efforts with a commendable award and urged him to do more.
So I think that when politicians and people that we've entrusted with public resources on that democracy do well, it's important to recognize it. And I want to commend you for recognizing His Excellency, particularly in the area of healthcare in the state. And I say the award is befitting on him. And what this also means, thank you, what this also means is, you know, when you do well, much more is expected of you. So I believe His Excellency will continue to do well and you know, ensure that the people of Kogi enjoys the dividends of democracy.
We must encourage effective media to help people understand the various dynamics in our society, to give them the necessary perspective to make rational choices. It is only with this kind of information that people have the means of participation in democratic processes and shape their futures. Once again, I want to commend and congratulate our council in Kogi for putting up what I consider as a stellar outing today. Once again, they've never disappointed. I want to congratulate you, and for the people you have chosen or selected for awards, especially His Excellency, my friend the governor. I want to also congratulate them. Those receiving letters of credence, right? We also congratulate them.
Folashade Ayo-Ade commended the state NUJ and its members. She urged journalists to promote truth.
You are the one that determine what is happening. You are the one that will determine the reigning politician, the one that you know how to put it together and make a national development. We want to please appeal to you to do it right. The media should please do it right, I repeat. Let's not depend on brown envelope all the time. Let's play the role as a professional and let us do it well. And I want to say thank you to you for recognizing His Excellency in the giant strides, especially in health. There is no doubt about the fact that he has done excellently well. You just picked health, security, and of course the function of any chief executive officer of a state is to secure lives and properties. Security, top-notch. And of course, when we talk about health, the lives of the people must also be secured health-wise. And that's why you have the gigantic hospitals well-equipped. Not just the building, well-equipped. Modern technology. As many of you that are here that have not visited any of the hospitals, please visit and see and report the way it is. It's out to do more, and it will always do the very best for every Kogi citizen till the very last second that he will leave office.
The chairman of the NUJ Kogi State, Adaiza Momojimo, said the state governor Yaya Bello has done well in many ways and need commendation.
I wish to as well assure His Excellency, the government of Kogi State and the NUJ, that the NUJ under our leadership will continue to collaborate to support the present administration in achieving the objectives of the new election government. Let me use this opportunity to call on politicians to please play the game according to the rules as we approach the 2023 general elections. It is important they realize that it is the existence of their communities, state, and the country that makes them to aspire for one position or the other. They must therefore do nothing that would destabilize the peace of the society in the name of their aspirations.
He warned journalists who spread fake stories to desist from it, advised them to practice journalism with code of ethics.
To our colleagues, journalists, I urge you all to approach the election with all sense of responsibility and ensure we operate within the ethics of the profession.
Other key leaders and philanthropists who have done outstandingly well in their various endeavors were honored with awards and certificates of credence. Awardees had this to say.
With this, I'm really surprised with the award. And to tell you the truth, with this is a big motivation to me.
I'm really excited about what the National Union of Journalists have done nationwide, and particularly here in Kogi State. And it shows that we have professional journalists who can even help us counter fake news, misinformation, and disinformation using the newsroom. This is an opportunity to change the trajectory of Nigeria's politics, to redefine development, and particularly service delivery to the Nigerian people.
First of all, today's award is a call to do more, and then to do more is in our blood, in our system. Actually, I want to say we don't even need motivation to do more because it's a call from God for us to give to the poor. But now that NUJ at this level, Kogi State NUJ chapter have recognized our work, like what the chairman said, Nicodemously, they've been seeing what we are doing. We can assure you that from henceforth, we are going to expand our humanitarian services to other areas of Kogi State.
Body language of Nigerians that they are asking. They are not asking for who is there. They are not asking about the religion or the ethnic groups where the leader comes from. What they are asking for is nothing but what? Good governance and freedom. And because when we traveled out of the country, we see what happens there. It's like immediately you return to Nigeria, you return to era of abnormality. And I think that is the issues that Nigerians have been asking for. And we believe that Trust me, if we don't get it right in 2023, the years ahead, the politicians need to be very careful because Nigerians will take their destiny in their hands.
The chairman of the organizing committee, Jeremiah Enemona Ocheme, thanks all government functionaries, well-wishers, and members of the state and national NUJ who graced the occasion. He assured the people of proper monitoring of activities of government and non-governmental organizations in the state to give them necessary publicity. He also seek a mutual relationship between the government and the media organizations present in the state, saying journalists are channels through which their activities could be heralded to the world at large. Faith Abdulgafar reporting for MLC TV.
Kogi state government has directed the stoppage and operation of miners using crude methods of mining in the state following the death of 2 persons at a mining site in Olamaboro local government area of the state. The directive was issued after the Kogi State Ministry of Solid Minerals and Natural Resources conducted an on-the-spot assessment of the incident at Omeleu village in Imane and Olamaboro local government areas, which are home of Exodus Mining Company Limited and Ara Mineral Integrated Nigeria Limited. The State Commissioner for Solid Minerals and Natural Resources, Engineer Abubakar Bashir Jego, directed the stoppage of mining activities in the Imane district, adding that the methods of mining by citizens in the local government were unacceptable. The commissioner directed the 2 companies that are into coal mining in the area and the citizens of the community who have resulted in mining coal illegally using the cadastral units of the 2 companies without their consent to stop immediately. The commissioner sympathized with the families of those who lost their lives owing to the collapse of illegal mining activities in the area, stressing that they should use modern ways of mining to avoid further occurrences. The commissioner added that the Kogi state government has directed the Commandant, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, to investigate and bring to book any erring citizen found engaging in illegal mining activities in the area. Edo State government has announced the sacking of the Commissioner for Roads and Bridges, Engineer Newton Okogie. In a statement, the Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Osa-Nehare, said the development became imperative following Okogie's inability to deliver on his mandate. The governor thanked the commissioner for his service to the state and wished him well in his future endeavors. He said it was unfortunate that the sacked commissioner was unable to make the envisaged progress in the road infrastructure, particularly in the last 12 months. Nehare said the permanent secretary in the ministry, Osigena Ojo, will take charge until a new commissioner is appointed. The National Population Commission has officially launched its e-recruitment portal to recruit ad hoc staff for the 2023 National Population and Housing Census. Speaking at the launching of the portal in Abuja, the chairman, National Population Commission, Nasir Isa Kwara, stressed that it is crucial to have best hands for the census. The census manager, Inwa Jalingo, said the commission was expected to receive over 25 million applications for the available jobs, adding that there was a need for the process to be competitive, reliable, and transparent. He said the adoption of the e-recruitment approach is to ensure widespread applications from all over the localities in the country, minimize bias, and ascertain that all qualified Nigerians are given equal opportunity to apply and be recruited, and ensuring that no one is left behind. Earlier, the Director, Employment and Wages at the Ministry of Labor and Productivity, Gloria Indifo, commended the commission and said that e-recruitment was the new development as the world had become more digital. Also, the representative of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Anne Aderigbigbe, lauded the e-recruitment portal, saying it will serve as a challenge to other agencies to embrace digitization to enable accuracy, adding that the NPC is on the right track. Meanwhile, the Director Public Affairs Department at the NPC, Dr. Isiaka Yahaya, explained that the exercise is not just recruitment, but a key preparatory activity to the 2023 census, pointing out that it is a stakeholders' engagement activity which will enable a national census with accurate data for national planning. Members of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASAN, who are employees of ADAX Petroleum Development Nigeria, have suspended their strike. It was learned that the strike, which commenced last week, was suspended on Monday after the intervention of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. The Group General Manager, National Petroleum Investment Management Services, a subsidiary of NNPC, Balawunti, announced this via his Twitter handle on Monday night. He said, sequel to several stakeholders' engagement with NNPC Limited, the industrial action embarked upon by ADAX PENGASAN members has been called off with immediate effect and work has resumed fully. The workers had embarked on the strike over alleged anti-labor practices by the oil company. They had cited the inability of the federal government and management of the company to address their grievances and payment of their exit packages. This, according to them, was especially due to the fact that ADAX had commenced plans to exit Nigeria, expressing that such was a part of their reasons for embarking on the strike. We go on a short break. We will be right back.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. On the foreign scene, lorry drivers in Brazil, loyal to President Jair Bolsonaro, have blocked roads across the country after his defeat to leftist rival Lula. Pro-Bolsonaro lorry drivers started setting up roadblocks across the West Country soon after the election results were announced. By Monday night, the Federal Highway Police reported 342 of such incidents, with the biggest protests going on in the country's south, but some of the blockades were later cleared by police after the Supreme Court judge, Alexander do Moraes, ordered the police to disperse the roadblocks. With all the votes counted, Lula had 50.9% of the valid votes against Mr. Bolsonaro's 49.1% in Sunday's runoff. The incumbent far-right president has neither conceded defeat nor challenged the results that divided the nation. There are concerns that the outgoing president could complicate the 2-month transition period before the winner, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, a former president, is due to be sworn in on the 1st of January 2023. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in MORBI district in India's western state of Gujarat, where a bridge collapse killed more than 100 people in one of the worst accidents in the years. The colonial-era bridge collapsed into the Machu River on Sunday, days after it reopened after repairs. While search and rescue operation on the river resumed on Tuesday, 9 people, including employees of a firm contracted to maintain the bridge, have been arrested. The 230-meter, 754-feet bridge on the Machu River was built during British rule in the 19th century. The bridge was a major local tourist attraction, touted by the state's tourism website as an artistic and technological marvel, and reopened only last week after being shut for months for repairs. Reports said that several hundreds of people were on the structure when it collapsed at around 1840 India time on Sunday. Eyewitnesses described scenes of chaos as people clung onto the wreckage, waiting for rescue teams to save them. Some tried to swim to the banks of the river and managed to survive, but many others were swept away by the fast-moving waters. The police on Monday said at least 141 people had been killed, but later reduced the number to 135 without stating reasons for the updated toll. Officials said that most of the victims were women, children, and elderly people. On sports, let us join Jonah Malik for the updates.
And on sports updates, Nigeria will parade players from the Nigerian Professional Football League for next week's international friendly against Costa Rica in San Jose. The prestigious international friendly match will hold in the country's capital, San Jose, on November 10 in a first meeting between both countries at the senior level. According to reports, the overseas-based player will miss the encounter due to club engagements. 15 players started preparation for the game in Ibadan under the supervision of Super Eagles assistant coach Salifu Yusuf on Tuesday. The players and their officials are expected to depart San Jose for the game on Thursday. The friendly match between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Costa Rica is part of the major activities to send forth Los Ticos to the Qatar 2022 World Cup, which kicks off November 20th and ends December 18th. Costa Rica are drawn in Group E alongside Germany, Japan, and Spain. The Super Eagles have another prestigious friendly lined up against Portugal in Lisbon on November 17th. Still on sport, France midfielder Paul Pogba will miss the upcoming World Cup as he continues rehabilitation from a knee injury he suffered in July. Paul Pogba has not featured for Juventus since rejoining this summer, having torn his meniscus in July during pre-season. France kick off their tournament in Qatar on November 22nd against Australia with barely 3 weeks for the 29-year-old to return to fitness. Paul Pogba's agent, Rafael Pimenta, said in a statement following yesterday's and today's medical review in Torino and Pittsburgh, "It is extremely painful to inform you that Paul Pogba still needs recovery time from this surgery." Juventus gave an update on his condition on Monday without explicitly mentioning he would miss the tournament, saying, "In light of the recent radiological examination and the consultation carried out in Petersburg by Professor Volker Muschel for the evaluation of his knee, Paul Pogba needs to continue his rehabilitation program." And straight to boxing, Anthony Joshua believes that the highly anticipated all-British showdown with Tyson Fury will happen eventually. The pair have had 2 major fight talks fail to get into the ring stage since 2021 and mostly recently in October. In March 2021, a 2-fight deal was signed by both parties, starting with a bout in Saudi Arabia on August 14th. However, following an official announcement in May, a judge in the US court ruled that Deontay Wilder was due to 3rd fight with Fury, putting an end to the arrangement. Joshua then went on to lose to WBO mandatory Alexander Usyk twice, potentially killing off the chances of the bout with Fury. But last month, it seemed as though British boxing fans would finally be treated to Joshua versus Fury after they entered into negotiations for December 3rd clash. With Alexander Usyk ruling himself out of competition until early 2023, Fury offered Joshua a shot at the WBC title. Discussion appeared to be positive at the start, but communication crashed at the later stage after Fury set multiple deadlines. Despite all the frustration in trying to make the fight happen, Joshua remains positive and is confident that the fight will happen. Before the fight can happen though, both men have separate opponents to face. Fury is set to face Derek Chisora for the 3rd time in December 3rd at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua is expected to return in either January or February next year against a currently undisclosed opponent. According to promoter Eddie Hearn and Dillian White are the front runners. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thanks for the update, Jonah. And on entertainment, let's join Matthias Ayodeji Peter for the latest.
On our entertainment news, ace cinematographer T.G. Omori has joined the ever-expanding fans of the viral sound that has taken over social media. Omori has revealed that he would love to shoot a music video for the viral song Share You Dey Whine Me, which has enjoyed massive traction on social media. According to TG, a single of such massive appeal deserves a stellar music video to match and is desperate to make it happen. I desperately need to meet the guy that sang the Share You Dey Whine Me song. That song deserves a TG Omori video, he tweeted. This is an indigenous gospel song from South Nigeria by Austin Emmanuel, who shares that nothing will stop him from praising God. Catchy part of the single, which uses the popular phrase "Share You Dey Whine Me," caught attention on TikTok and quickly became a viral sound. The sound has been used as a soundtrack in countless memes and skits, and it has found an exciting audience across Nigerian social media. It's yet unclear if the virality of the sound has translated to a similar impact on the song itself. However, with TG Omori interested in shooting a video, it appears that the single is about to benefit massively from its social media hype. Still on our entertainment news from Africa, in the early hours of Tuesday, 1st of November 2022, news of the death of Davido's son, IFEANYI, circulated on Twitter with users hoping it was untrue. According to the news that circulated on social media, IFEANYI, who just turned 3 11 days ago, fell into a pool where he was found drowned. He was later rushed to a hospital in Lekki where he was confirmed dead on arrival. The news of IFEANYI's death was first brought to the attention of Nigerians by actress Eniola Badmus, who posted a cryptic message of a heartbreak emoji on her Instagram story before it was later deleted. Similarly, media personality Daddy Freeze also suggested the news might be true when he shared that he won't be having his usual live session because of the painful loss suffered by someone close to him. Celebrities including comedians Ayo Makun and Lasisi Elenu have both reacted to the news and described it as unfortunate. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, reporting for MLC TV.
Thank you, Matthias. And that's the size of our package for today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, advert and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Joshua Adenoy. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Good day and thanks for watching.